Okay, so the question is really, how do I get the derivative of something like this? It's not a cosine, it's not an x squared, so we can't use that. But what we are going to do is use the fact that we know if we had the function e to the x, then g prime is also e to the x, and we can do things like get the derivative of things like y equals e to the 4x using u substitution. Let u be 4x, then du dx is 4. Over here, dy du is, sorry, because this would be u, would be e to the u. And then way, way, way back in the day, you might recall that dy dx would be equal to dy du times du dx, and so we'd get e to the u times 4, but really that u is really 4x. Okay, so that is my y prime here. Okay, so we're going to be able to do that, but what we're going to do to really get this guy is I'm going to show you a trick, which is basically that 2 is the same as e to the natural log of 2. Like this thing right here just is 2. And the reason for that is if I was going to rewrite, just like if I had 8 is the same as 2 to the third power, I could rewrite this as log base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. I can do the same thing down here where I could write log base e of 2 is equal to the natural log of 2. Well, log base e just is literally the natural log of 2, so we really have the natural log of 2 is equal to the natural log of 2. And we're really just kind of manipulating bases here, right? This base and that base are the same. Here's my exponent here. Here's my exponent here. And then my Okay, so we know that. So I could rewrite this thing right here. That would 4.83 is the same thing as e to the natural log of 4.83. And that's really how I'm going to get everything, because I can rewrite my whole function here as f of x is equal to 10.1 e to the natural log of 4.83x plus 6. Then when you're calculating the derivative, this is just like a coefficient. Like if I had a 2 sitting out front here or a 2 sitting out front here, now I just happen to have a 10.1. You're going to end up getting a multiplier of the natural log of 4.83 at the end, and you can go through and do that. So just to cap things off, feel free to stop here if you don't want to watch the rest. But if I wanted to get the derivative here, I would say, well, the derivative of 6 is 0, so I don't really care a bunch about that. But then I could write 10.1 e to the u and let u equal natural log of 4.83 x. So du dx is natural log of 4.83. Plus 6 y equals this. Then dy dx would just be 10.1 e to the u, and then the 6 goes away. And so you'd end up multiplying this by this, and you'd get 10.1 e to the u, which is that thing, natural log of 4.83x, multiplied the whole thing by the natural log of 4.83. And this would be my y prime. Sorry, that was kind of messy, but hopefully it'll give you the idea. If you want to do this, great. If you don't, that's also okay.